What are you up to?
I'm doing a competition, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
It's a cubist lightning competition. And it's, that's all.
Okay, that's good. Nice. So, but then we're gonna get a book next time we can do it. So, in spite of when we last spoke, I said, okay, let's just concentrate on these 3 naps for the March 23rd. But then I changed my mind. I hope I can change it again. So Ludwig Wittgenstein quote about jokes.
Can you spell the last name? W-I-T-T.
Wittgenstein.
Wittgenstein. Yeah, no. Seriously. Just read it for everybody.
A serious and good philosophical work could be written consisting entirely of jokes.
Okay. This is to say that you can have a very, very serious architectural project or urban project and still have fun, okay? That's what you meant. It's still Providence, it's still a map, okay? So if it's not moving, it's not changing over time, you're doing something wrong. Is this clear? Okay. One thing that is very important is don't try to complicate things so much that you cannot do anything. In fact, anything that you do is better than not doing anything. Okay? You know. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is a nice drawing. Okay, this is good. Yeah. So and here we don't have who's this?
Fan. She only did 1.
And we don't have Fang's presenting in my photos.
We do.
We do?
Yeah, but I put all the pictures in the end.
Okay, but we could put one there.
Yeah.
Okay. This is looking good. What? Yeah, this is good. Somebody said by joke, show and tell. I made it legitimate, and then Joseph connected the sketch and tell. And I think we've coined a notion, right? Remember in this time, because the notion of sketch and tell is quite remarkable. So this is called sketch and tell. And the nice thing about sketch and tell is that it comes from something that is very traditional, like show and tell, but it's something like sketch and tell, and make it a little bit.
Every unique category should have a layer. So, for example, like the floor should have its own layer, so you can put uniquely on the floor object on that layer. The walls, any wall that's different should have its own category. So, like blue wall, gray wall, back brick wall, blackboard. You know, those should be broken down into individual layers. Those would beams, right?
Or, I guess, study furniture.
Like how you love the effect of light on the crystal.
I think it's one of the best rooms I've ever been in. In fact, it is the best room I've ever been in.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's perfect for. I like the hard surface of the concrete floor as well. I don't like wooden floors to work on. No, I think they're not conducive. There's something about the simple hardness of concrete which helps when you're making objects. There's something not slightly. I don't know. All wooden floors have a certain tensile quality to them, as if the ground plane is not stable.
Yeah.
It's good to know that it's absolutely solid. Yeah, it's a subtle thing, but it affects me. Yeah, this come the evening is wonderful. The light is so strong coming in that we often have to close the blinds. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And the Venetian blinds, of course, are perfect for diffusing the light there.
And like every time we were to turn off all of these headlights and just use like the natural lighting, it would be perfect for getting like shadow studies on these Bristol sculptures.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, this office lighting. I remember complaining years ago about this, and we put these spotlights in, I said that the point about making something an object is that you don't want overall light, you want directional lighting, right? And this is non-directional. It just blankets the thing as if we're in an office. So we don't use these as much as probably we should. I tend to turn the lights on here. But really a studio should not have this sort of overall blanket lighting.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually even use it while you're making objects. I feel like for students, if you are making these sort of Bristol constructions, it'd probably be better if there was like a directional light so you have an idea of how the shadow effects work while you're constructing it.
I would never have these lights in my studio, you know. And sometimes, you know, again, looking at work towards the end of the day when the sun is low, so you don't just have a directional light. You have a light almost at eye level. That coincidence of eye level and sunset is a wonderful combination.
Right.
So there's certain conditions. We don't talk about that hardly at all. It's just light.
So a very visible boundary for a pedestrian is the water. So you can see that you cannot go into the water, and then the land is divided into two sides.
I also like that you have played with reversing the video. I think that's really interesting. Like you've seen it like, how do you say, upside down or backwards.
On either side, you have somebody that you can easily recognize the map, but it's not very clear what the movement is doing. And then on the other hand, you have somebody that you can recognize the movement, but it's hard to translate it into a map. Projects, I think in those terms, things that do not work but could be made to work. And I think this would be one that, first of all, is time-based in the sense that you can make it do things in real time. In the way that, for example, that could be more of a performance if it were. I know you meant it as a three-dimensional map, but this one literally, I mean, right now I'm not sure it works, but it could be made to work.
Today is the second largest word in England after Boston.
We haven't talked too much about songs. I like very much sort of the idea that the shadows could do something. To me, shadows are extremely architectural and not necessarily expensive. I mean, so why do you laugh?
You vegan now?
Not really.
No?
I just like killing plants.
Oh, makes sense.
Are you vegan?
I actually was vegan for a little bit, and then it felt good. Like I felt good, but then I didn't go to the grocery store, so I couldn't buy more like produce. So I went to Wendy's instead and got a burger, and it tasted amazing. So
I can't go without eating beef.
yeah,
That's life.
yeah. You just like the beef, like the meat.